So now let's talk about using assemblies in our drawing. So here we have this file cabinet assembly with lots and lots of components, and there are also some sub-assemblies inside this assembly, as you can see. Now I'm going to start with its drawing, and for that let's go to this new option and select make drawing from part. Now in the template I'm going to select the default template, that's drawing, click OK, and just select a sheet. Now in this case I'll select NCB landscape mode and click OK, and here we are. So this is our drawing sheet with title block, and as you can see we have some drawing views as well, which we will insert in our drawing in a moment, but for now I'll just click here. Alright, the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'll rename this sheet. So that's sheet number 1. I'll right click and let's just call it cover sheet. So right click, select rename, and simply start typing the name. Now the cover sheet is the one where we can add the exploded view, or we can just add the complete assembly of our part, and we can add small details related to that assembly. Now in this case I'm just going to add two different views of this complete assembly. I'm going to add the isometric view of closed cabinet and another view where the cabinet will be open. So we can just show it in two different views. That's the idea of this cover sheet. So for that, let's just go to this view palette right here and select the isometric view. Now as you can see we have isometric exploded. You can of course use it, but we are not going to use it for now. Instead I'll simply use the normal isometric view. I'll drag it and drop it here. Alright, now it's time to make some customization. So I'll just select this view, scroll down and just select display state and change that to shaded. Alright, now the scale. So I'll select custom scale and let's make it larger, maybe 1/5, and that's the size. Just in case you want to use your own scale, simply type it here like 1/4, and it's now even bigger. I think scale of 1:5 is just going to make sense, so I'm going to use 1:5 and just click OK. So that's our main view. Now I'm going to add one more view here, but this time I will use a different method. Now I just want to show the isometric view where this drawer is open and these two panels are also open. And for that I'm going to select drawing command manager, and here we have an option called alternate position view. Now this is only applicable, this alternate position is only applicable in situations where you can change the position of components. For example, in this assembly we can change the position of all these components, so here we can use this alternate position view. So I'll just select it and then select the view which you want to change. So that's this one. Okay. Now we have two options. You can either select an existing configuration option or new configuration. Now when you select existing configuration, SolidWorks will list all the configurations that you have already built into the assembly, and if there is a configuration that actually shows open view or whatever kind of view you want to see, then simply select it and it's going to show that view. In this case I have already created a configuration called open, and as you can see with that selected, if I click OK, it will automatically add a view just like that. And now as you can see in this view we have this one, the open view of cabinet as well as drawer, and of course the closed one. So it is now showing both the views. Now in this case I have already built the configuration, and if you go to original assembly, I'll just go to that, you'll notice that we do have it in the configuration. So here's the assembly. I'll go to configuration manager, and right here we have this open configuration. So if I double click this, it's going to show this. So I've already created this open kind of configuration, and that's why we had it. So I'm just selecting default now, and let's just go back to our drawing. Now there is another way of doing this thing without using configuration. So what if you don't have any configuration in your drawing file? Well, in that case, let's start with just the drawing view. As you can see we don't have any, so simply refresh it and now select the isometric view and drag it and drop it. Of course we'll first make some changes here, so I'll make it shaded and also the custom scale of 1:5. Alright, and with that just click OK. Now here I will actually move it slightly here. Alright, and now once again let's use the same method which we use for this one. Now all these lines that you see here are simply artifacts of the graphics card, and that's nothing else. It is not because of any setting that we changed. As you can see, when I'm moving, it just simply disappears. So even if you plot your drawing, it's going to show normal. When you close it and open the drawing, it's going to show normal. All right, so with that, here we have it. Now click OK. And again, I'll select alternate position view. And now instead of selecting existing configuration, I'll select new configuration, and this will let you create a new one. So let's just give it a name. So I'm going to call it new configuration drawer open. All right. In short. All right. With that, just click OK. And now this will take you to the assembly view. Here you can now manually make changes. So we have options like move and rotate. I'll start with move. And in move also we have several options like free drag, drag along XYZ, and so on. In this case, I'll select free drag. And then I'll select this drawer. Now I just want to move this drawer and nothing else. But just in case you want to maybe open this panel, just select and just open it. And whatever changes you just want to make, you can do it. But I'm just going to select this drawer. I'll open it and that will be all. But if you want to change the angle, for example, if you want to rotate it, select anything that you want to rotate and make the changes. So I don't want to do that. That's the only thing. So select and click OK. And here we are. In the original assembly, it's just going to show you both the configurations, the closed and the open one. So of course we don't want it anymore. So I'll just select it and I'll delete this view, and rather I'll just move this view right about here. So the close and open view is visible here, and maybe let's just add another isometric view. And as you can see, we don't have any exploded view here, and even a normal isometric view is not available because it's just using the configurations that we have already set. So that's totally fine. Simply drag it and drop the view, whichever you have, and then later you can actually change it in the configuration. So here I have it. Now here is the configuration that's selected. Just change that to default, and that's going to show the default position, and change the visual style, change the scale to whatever you want, and we are done. So we've got the cabinet, this is the open one, and that's the closed one. And that's our cover sheet.